See, if you go to the any real-time projects here, right? So you need to work with a particular client. Assume that this is the HSBC like that we discussed in the last class, correct? So this is related to the banking domain project like that. This is the one of the example what we are taking here, right? So let's take this is the one organization here. So this organization is not a single entity. It may contains n number of departments here. Okay, each department act as a one business system here, right? So assume that we have a multiple business systems here. These are all business systems what we can see here. So this is my business system one, business system two, like that we have a n number of business systems here. Now I'm showing you only 8 business systems here, whereas if you go to the real-time projects here, we can see the n number of business systems within the landscape or out of landscape here, right? So now see here, this is my organization, this is my infrastructure, this is my landscape here. In this landscape, I have a n number of business systems, right? To run our business system smoothly, we required softwares. We would require the corresponding softwares or applications here. What softwares we require, that we need to identify now. Which applications or which softwares you are going to use to run our business, right? So first, before using the corresponding softwares here, so we should identify what type of applications available in the real world, right? So that's what we discussed in the last class. See here, we have two types of applications available in the real world here, right? So if you go to the any area, okay, real-time projects here, if you go to the, okay, so real world here, we have two types of softwares or applications here. So the first one is the SAP here. This is the first one is the SAP. The softwares are divided into the SAP, okay, as well as the corresponding non-SAP here, right? SAP is the one product here, systems, applications, as well as products here, whereas non-SAP is nothing but other than SAP applications. It may be Oracle, it may be Microsoft, it may be IBM, like that we have a n number of products we can see here. So indirectly it is called as a one product here. It is a one brand. SAP is the one brand here. Again, the same way non-SAP is the one more brand here. Okay. So let's take one example here, small example here. Like you are the customer, you would like to buy a mobile, right? You know the what is the business case to buy a mobile. Okay. So what is your budget? Everything you know. What you are going to do? So you'll go to the shop, right? There we can see the n number of brands, right? We have a Samsung brand, we have a Apple, we have a Micromax, we have a, okay, so only like that we have a n number of brands. Now, as a customer, you need to decide which mobile you would like to buy, correct? Which features mobile you would like to buy, which brand, okay, mobile you would like to buy, that you need to decide here. The same way, you are the owner of the organization, okay, you are the owner of the particular project or particular organization here, particular domain industry here, right? You know the what is the exact requirement, correct? Now you know the what is your budget also here. Based on your budget, based on your requirement here, you need to identify which application suits for our business here. It may be SAP or non-SAP. You need to decide here which applications you would like to use here, either SAP applications or non-SAP applications here again, right? So that's what the softwares are categorized into the two types here. One is the SAP, the second one is the non-SAP here, right? So again, if you talk about SAP, so here we have two types of applications here. See here, one is the on-premise applications like that we discussed. The second one is the cloud applications like that we discussed here, right? If you take any product here, irrespective of any product, that product contains both applications here. One is the on-premise applications as well as the corresponding cloud applications here. Again, the similar way, if you go to the non-SAP here, see here, we have multiple products, right? Some are Oracle applications, some are Microsoft, some are IBM based applications like that. If you take irrespective of any product here, this product divided into the again two types here. This product contains two types of applications here. That is, one is the on-premise applications, the cloud, one is the second one is the cloud applications here, right? That we'll see, and going forward we'll see here what do you mean by cloud, how it works, what are the deployment models, all these things we'll discuss going forward. So as of now, just you need to remember here we have two types of applications here. Okay, so one is, okay, so each product contains two types of applications here. One is the on-premise, one is the cloud. So what do you mean by on-premise? What do you mean by cloud. So on-premise indicates, okay, everything will manage by the corresponding customer. Everything will take care by the corresponding customer. That you need to remember here. This is very, very important point going forward here. Next one is the cloud here. Cloud is nothing but everything will take care by vendor here. It will be managed by the corresponding vendor itself. Right? What do you mean by everything will take care by customer? What do you mean by everything will take care by vendor? That we need to discuss now. Customer, you know, right? What do you mean by customer here? Who is going to buy something from the vendor? That is called as a customer, correct? Who is going to sell application? He is going to sell something to the customers. That is called as a vendor, correct? So just you need to remember here. Okay, so now we are talking about with respect to the applications here. These applications you need to buy from the particular vendor here. It may be SAP or non-SAP to run our business systems. Correct? What applications here? It may be on-premise or it may be cloud applications from the particular product here. Particular product that you need to remember here. So now, okay, I given that small example to understand better what do you mean by on-premise, what do you mean by cloud here. Right? So let's take this example here. This is the one of the business case here. If you want to travel, okay, frequently from Bangalore to Hyderabad here, this is our requirement here. For example, if you want to travel, right, we have two solutions available. We have two solutions available here. One is own car. This is the first solution what we have here. Either you need to buy a car. Okay, the second one is, okay, so we have a high-speed train. Okay, these are the two solutions what we have if you want to travel frequently from Bangalore to Hyderabad here. Okay, let's talk about one by one solution here. What solutions we have, that we'll discuss here. Solution one here. Okay, first we'll take a own car here. Own car. So if you take a own car, if you'd like to travel by own car here, what do you need to do here? You need to buy a car first. How much amount you need to spend here? You need to spend, okay, so more amount, okay, initially here. Right? So assume that minimum 10 lakhs you need to spend. Who has to spend this amount here? By customer itself, correct? So once you buy a car, next, what is the next step here? Who is going to provide a car parking or infrastructure part here? Always as a customer, you need to take care of that. Right? So next one is who is going to take care of the corresponding maintenance here? Customer itself. Who is going to take the corresponding upgradation here? Okay, suppose for example, upgradation is nothing but, okay, once you buy a car front end, we have a airbags here, okay, whereas back end there is no airbags here, backside, right? Then, okay, so you want to upgrade, okay, who is going to take care of this part here? Customer itself. You need to spend some more amount here. Then driver, okay, so who is going to, okay, operate that, okay, car here? Customer, again, customer, okay, you need to recruit a driver, and as well as, okay, you need to pay some amount here. That has to take care by customer itself here. Next, if something is breaking in your car, who has to take that responsibility here? Again, customer itself. Like that, we have a n number of things here. Like that, we have a n number of things. So it means that if you take any, okay, so indirectly it is called as on-premise here. If you talk about with respect to the on-premises here, right? So own car is nothing but it is on-premise softwares here. So with respect to the softwares, assume that you are the owner of the organization. If you want to run your business system, if you would like to use that as on-premise applications, what you need to do here? First, you need to buy a software. Right? You need to buy a software here. See here, you need to buy some software here. Or applications you need to buy here. You need to buy some applications. From where here? From particular vendor here. From particular vendor. From vendor here. It may be SAP or non-SAP here. Correct? So non-SAP here. So this is the first thing here. So now assume that, okay, so first, okay, so if you want to buy that software here, how much you need to spend here? Minimum something here. Okay, so 1 crore, 2 crore, something like that you need to spend here. For example, here 1 crore like this. 1C. Right? So now see here, who has to spend that amount here? Customer itself. So once you buy a, okay, so that application here, now again, who is going to take the corresponding infrastructure part here? Infrastructure is nothing but, again, servers, electricity, everything you need to take care here, correct? Who has to take care this part here? Customer itself. Again, maintenance, who has to take care here? Customer. Upgradation part, who has to take care here? Customer. Okay, so now again, you need to recruit the resources also here. Who is going to manage our applications here? Next, if something is breaking in our application, then who has to take care here? Again, customer. So this is called as a on-premises here. It means that on-premises is nothing but everything will take care by customer. It is in customer landscape. You need to buy the corresponding application, then everything you need to take care in your once, okay, so in your landscape here. You need to install that, okay, software in your landscape. Clear? Are you guys are clear this one? This is the on-premises here. So on-premises is nothing but it is a customer premises. Right? Everything will take care by customer itself. If you go like this, if you are using on-premise applications in your projects here, what will happen here? See here, this is the implementation. Okay, so once the infrastructure application is ready, then implementation. You need to do implementation projects. Again, we have a maintenance projects here. We have a upgradation projects here. We have a production support projects. So all these things we can see in the real-time projects here. Right? So this is the separate project. Each one act as a one separate project here. You need to spend, okay, so some amount for each project again here. So that is called as a on-premises here. That is called as a on-premise applications or on-premise software here. If you go like this, what will happen here? The cost will increase here. The cost will increase here. The main driver of the software of, okay, software industry is how to reduce the cost here. How to reduce the cost. Correct? So let's go to the, so now we talked about the corresponding on-premise applications or softwares here. Let's go to the second solution here. What is the second solution we given here? High-speed train here. See here, high-speed train. And directly it is called as a cloud here. Why it is called as a cloud? So for example, see here, this, if you take this high-speed train here, right? High-speed train here. So this train contains n number of boxes. Each box contains some spaces, correct? Now, if you want to travel from Bangalore to Hyderabad, no need to buy a train here. Just as a customer, you need to identify how much space you require, correct? If you are traveling alone here, just buy only one ticket, one space. How much space you require, that only you need to buy. For that only you need to pay the amount. Right? So it means that indirectly it is called as a subscription basis. It is a subscription basis. These softwares, these cloud softwares, no need to install in our customer landscape and no need to install, no need to do the corresponding maintenance, upgradation, nothing. Okay, just okay, already it is deployed on the vendor, right? Just you need to subscribe. You need to subscribe. How much subscribed based on your usage, that only you need to pay the amount here. Right? See here, it is a subscription basis here. No need to buy total software here. Next, so once you subscribe here, who is going to take the corresponding infrastructure part here? Vendor itself, by not by you. As well as maintenance, who is going to take care here? Vendor itself. Upgradation, who is going to take care here? Vendor itself. Who is going to, okay, so the operation part here, vendor itself. If something is breaking here, okay, so who is going to take care here? Vendor. Everything will take care by vendor. That's what I told you. Cloud applications will take care by vendor itself. So as a customer, just you need to subscribe. If you have internet, that is a more than enough, okay, to connect with those applications, cloud applications, okay, to fulfill your requirements. No need to maintain the infrastructure, no need to install the corresponding softwares here, no need to take the corresponding maintenance here, upgradation here, driver, failures, nothing here. Everything will take care by vendor itself. That is called as a cloud softwares here. If you go like this, what will happen? The cost will reduce here. Correct? The cost will reduce. I hope you are clear with, okay, what you mean by on-premise, what you mean by cloud. Which one is the best? So that, okay, we'll consider cloud applications will be the best, but for now. Are you clear? So now, again, if you observe here, see here, okay, if you go to the real time here, so as of now, 75% people are using only that is on-premise softwares in the existing landscapes. If there is any new projects or if someone want to migrate that is a on-premise to cloud, that also we have here, right? So now the people are using the corresponding cloud applications. If it is a new projects or okay, so if any existing projects, if they want to add a new system, all these things here, so people are adding the corresponding cloud applications because the cost is less here. Are you guys are clear or any questions here? Anyone having any questions here?
No, sir.
Good. All right. Next, see here. Okay, so these are all. So now we talked about the corresponding on-premise as well as cloud applications here. See here, on-premise as well as cloud applications. What is the difference between the on-premise as well as cloud applications here? Now we need to identify what applications we have under on-premise of SAP as well as cloud of SAP as well as non-SAP. Everything you need to capture here. At least you need to remember some of the applications from each product on-premise as well as cloud applications here. So let's go ahead with the corresponding SAP on-premise applications here. See here, SAP, under SAP on-premise, see here we have a ECC here, Enterprise Central Component here, or it is also called as the ERP system here, is Enterprise Resource Planning here. It is also called as SAP here. Under SAP, we have multiple on-premise applications available here, right? So these are all some of the on-premise applications from SAP, right? See here, one is the SD here. SD is nothing but sales and distribution, whereas is nothing but material management here, whereas FICO is nothing but finance and controlling here, whereas HCM is nothing but human capital management here. Next one is the SRM, supplier relationship management here. Again, we have a SCM here, supply chain management here. Next, so we have a PIPO here, process integration or process orchestration. So next we have a MDM here, master data management. Like that we have a n number of applications here. Like that we have a n number of applications here. Like that we have a n number of applications here. We have a n number of applications here, right? So just you need to remember here. Okay, so because going forward, we are going to communicate these applications using our middleware, using our technology, whatever technology we would like to learn, right? Using the technology, we are going to communicate these applications. Even though if you go to the interviews, people may ask you this question here: which are the applications you integrated? Which are the applications you communicated? Right? At least you need to tell from SAP on-premise. Yes, I worked with the corresponding SD integration, integration, FICO integration, HCM integration, SCM integration, like that you need to tell. It means that you communicated with these on-premise applications from our technology, like that you need to remember here. Right? So that's what, no need to learn in depth of each and every technology. At least you need to know what applications we have, okay, under SAP on premise. Clear? So just you need to remember here. Again, I'm repeating here. Okay, so because we started our career, okay, from the LKG now, right? We should know these things. So the first one is the SD here, sales and distribution here. Again, we have a here, material management here. Again, FICO here, finance and controlling here. HCM, human capital management here. SRM, supplier relationship management here. Again, SCM here, supply chain management here. Again, we have a PIPO here, process integration or process orchestration here. Next, we have a MDM here, master data management, etc. Like that, we have a n number of on-premise applications what we have. The similar way, okay, next we'll go to the corresponding, okay, cloud applications from SAP vendor, SAP product, right? Which are all cloud applications here? So one is S4HANA. Next one is the success factors. Next one is the C4C, cloud for customer. Next one is the Ariba here. Next we have a Concur here. Next one is the Field Glass. Next one we have a Simple Finance here. This is the Simple Finance here. Next one the CPI here, or Cloud Platform Integration, or HCA, or HANA Cloud Integration, or it is called as the Integration Suite here. Right? So next, okay, so Hybris for sales, Hybris for marketing, like that we have a n number of applications here. So these are all some of the applications here. Okay, you should remember these applications also here. Going forward, we need to communicate these applications. If you go to the interviews, people may ask you this question here: what type of cloud applications integration do you have experience? Like that they may ask you. right? You need to tell at that time, yes, I worked with Concur integration, I worked with S4HANA integration, I worked with the corresponding Hybris or Ariba integration. Like that, you need to explain them in front of interviewer, because this is the latest year. So that's what always you need to remember. These are all some of the cloud applications from SAP. One is the S4HANA, the second one is the success factor, next one is the C4C, cloud for customer, again Hybris here, again Ariba, again Concur, field glass, simple finance. Okay, so again Hybris for sales as well as marketing, like that we can see here. So these are the applications you need to remember from the cloud of SAP. The similar way, you need to identify the corresponding non-SAP applications also here. Non-SAP applications, right? So non-SAP, again, we can divide into the two types here. One is the on-premises as well as the corresponding cloud here. Again, now we need to identify as a, so software engineer, you should know which are all applications belongs to the on-premise non-SAP, right? See here, if you go to the real world here, some we can see the file-based applications, some are Oracle-based applications, some are Java-based applications, some are .NET-based applications, some are web services based applications here, mail based applications, web client based applications. Again, we have a mainframe based applications, like that we can see here. So these are all applications what we can see. Okay, some of the applications from non-SAP, okay, on premises here. Next one is the cloud here. The similar way you need to remember some of the cloud applications here. See here, we have a AWS here. We have a MuleSoft here. We have a Workday here. We have a Salesforce. We have a Azure. We have a, so REST-based applications here, right? So next we can see the corresponding Microsoft Dynamics here. Microsoft Dynamics, like that we can see here, right? So you need to remember this application. This is very, very important. Why it is very, very important? I'll enter in the system. I'll show you, because you need to communicate all these applications going forward. Let's show you. Let me enter into the system here. So it may be PO or it may be CPI here. Let me log in. So let's enter into the let's go to the trial. So for CPI, I'll give a free access, and for PAPO, I'll give a number. You need to get access from there. For CPI or integration sheet, I'm going to give a free access to all people. So let's enter into the integration suite. See here, we have a multiple things here. Let's go to the, see here first, I'll go to the cloud integration here, CPI here. Why it is important, I'll tell you. So that, from there we can discuss. Right. So let's search here. Okay, so we have multiple here. See here, first one is the, see here, I given, right, what I given here, C4C for example here. What is that here? Cloud for customer. Okay, now search here. See here, we have a cloud for customer. See here, SAP Cloud for customer integration with SAP S4HANA, right? See here, this is S4HANA is nothing but it is a cloud, right? You are integrating with the cloud for customer integration with HANA, right? So next one, the SAP Cloud for customer integration with the SAP ERP here, it is on-premise. See here, cloud to on-premise like this, correct? Are you guys are getting? That's what these words are very, very important here. You need to thorough this. Just okay, no need to enter into, no need to dig now. Okay, at least you should know, yes, what are the applications, which are all applications we are using, right? See here, SAP Cloud for customer integration with the S4HANA here. See here, one system is the cloud, one system is the, again, it is a C4C cloud only, cloud to cloud like this. Again, we can see the cloud for customer integration with SAP ERP here. So here C4C and the SAP ERP is the on-premise. Correct. So let's go to the next one here. Next one is, again, we have a Salesforce, for example, here. It is a, what is that Salesforce here? Non-SAP cloud application, correct? See here, Salesforce, non-SAP cloud application here. Non-SAP cloud applications, correct? So if you search for the cloud here, okay, Salesforce here, let's press enter here. If you press enter here, see here, we can see the SAP, see here, SAP ERP integration with the Salesforce here. Nothing but SAP ERP is nothing but on-premise SAP here, correct? Integration with the Salesforce. This is a non-SAP cloud application here, correct? Again, see here, SAP S4HANA cloud integration with Salesforce. See here, S4HANA cloud integration is nothing but this SAP S4HANA cloud here with the Salesforce here. Next, see here, SAP S4HANA integration with Salesforce here. Again, SAP S4HANA, we have a two flavors here. One is the on-premise as well as cloud. Again, it is a on-premises here with the Salesforce here. Right? Next, we can see the next one is, okay, let's take Ariba here. Ariba. This I'm trying to give the corresponding applications here. See here, SAP ERP and SAP S4HANA integration with the SAP Ariba here. SAP Ariba here. Are you guys are getting? So that's what you need to remember, because going forward, we are going to use these applications. It's a very, very important. Even though if you go to the interviews, okay, people will ask you definitely what type of systems you communicated, what type of integration you did. Do you have any experience with the cloud applications integration? Have you connected, have you communicated with Ariba system? Have you done any Concur integration or SuccessFactors integration or Hybris integration? Like that, they may ask you, or do you have any experience in the Salesforce integration with our, okay, so middleware? Like that, they may ask you, right? So that's what you need to thorough with these applications, right? Again, we can see the similar way here. This is the Ariba here. Next one is, we have a field glass, right? We have a field glass here. See here, we have a here SAP S4HANA integration with SAP field glass here, right? See here, one is the SAP S4HANA integration is nothing but SAP S4HANA on-premises integration with the SAP field glass here, right? Like that, okay, so you need to remember multiple applications here, okay? So you need to remember these applications, because going forward, we are going to use the same applications to communicate here, right? The same thing here, if you want to communicate with the Amazon Web Services here, AWS here, right? See here, we have a AWS like this. Okay, let's go to the connectors. Also, we have a lot of connectors here. Let's go to, you need to remember, that's what, okay, so it's very, very important. Don't think it is a basic Sunday. Okay, now see here, the same thing, whatever we discussed, the same thing we are going to use in our real-time projects as well as, okay, so if you enter into the work also here. So let's go to the corresponding connectors here. So we have a connectors here to communicate those applications. So we have a open connectors here. See here, all these connections, these are all connectors what we have here. There are a lot of connectors available here. Right? These are all systems. These are all applications here. So you can communicate these applications here. See here, if you want to communicate with Amazon Web Services here, see here, Amazon Marketplace, Amazon S3 here, Amazon SQS system here. Right? If you want to communicate with the ADP, this is the connector what we have here. Right? So if you want to communicate with Adobe here, okay, this is the connector here. Like that, we have depends on applications, we have a lot of connectors also we have here. Correct. So that's what you need to remember these applications. Hope you are clear, right? You are getting what I'm trying to explain.
Yes, sir.
See here, to communicate the Salesforce here, we have a Salesforce like this here. Okay, because in the real world, we have a different type of applications or systems here. Then how we are going to communicate these applications, that is a challenging task. How we are going to integrate, these are all challenging tasks here. So that's what we have all these options. Right? So you need to remember these applications here. Right? So where we are going to use these applications next? We are going to use these applications to run our business, correct? So in our landscape, we are going to use here. So let's go to this, our landscape here. So this is our landscape. This landscape, this organization contains n number of business systems here. To run each and every business system, we require the corresponding application here. Let's take any one of the applications here. Assume that here we are using something here, file-based applications, right? So here we are using a file-based applications here. Just assumptions here. So here we are using okay, to run this business system, we are using one software, one application here. So this is the file. Okay, it is from non-SAP. Correct? It is a on-premises. Next, similar way. So here we are using something here. What applications here? Here we are using something here, Oracle-based applications here. This is also on-premises, for example, here on-premise applications. Again, next we are using something here to run the corresponding this home loan department. Here we are using a SAP here or ECC system. What we are using here? See here, this is the SAP here or ECC here, right? So next one, this is the on-premise SAP applications here. The similar way to run the corresponding this system. Okay, here we are using a different here. This is we are using a S4HANA cloud here. S4HANA cloud. This is the cloud applications like that we can see here. Right? This is the S4HANA cloud here. So the similar way here to run each and every business system here. So here we are using a web services based applications here. So with single applications, we cannot run our business, and always you need to use multiple applications. Right? This is the web services based applications what we are using here. So next we can see the corresponding here we are using something here, REST based applications here. Here we are using a REST based applications here. So next here also we are using something here, different applications here. So here we are using a simple finance here. So next here we are using something here, some XRY applications here, sir. So here we are using something here. Okay, so XRY applications we are using here like this. Here we are using a REST based applications here. See here. So it means that to run our organization, we are using a multiple applications here. Some are SAP, some are non-SAP, and also we are using some are on-premises, some are cloud applications here. So it means that it is here we are using a mixed of applications here. Some are SAP, some are non-SAP, some are on-premise from the SAP, some are okay. So on-premise from the non-SAP as well as cloud applications what we are using here. So it means that we are using a mixed of applications to run our business systems. It is called as a hybrid landscape. It is called as a hybrid landscape. It means that to run our organization, we are using a multiple applications here. We are using a mixed of applications here. Some are from SAP on-premise or cloud applications. Some are non-SAP on-premise as well as cloud applications here. Right. So now each and every application understand their own standard format. Right. Each and every application understand their own standard format here. So it means that indirectly, for example, if you take this is the this is the country here. Okay, assume that this is the country. Country contains how many states here? There are n number of states. State 1, state 2, state 3, like that we have a multiple states here. Each and every state people understand their own language here. Directly we cannot communicate with the one state people to another state people, right? Right. The similar way here also, if you go to the software industry here, to run our business, okay, we are using a multiple applications here. Some are SAP, some are non-SAP applications, what we are using here. Now each and every application understand their own standard format. So directly we cannot communicate with one application to another application here. So it means that directly we cannot communicate with the file system with Oracle or Oracle with file here or Oracle to REST, something like this. Directly we cannot communicate. Why we need to communicate? Why we need to? Communication is nothing but indirectly integration only, right? Indirectly it is integration. Why we need to communicate? Why we need to integrate? Why we need to exchange the data between these applications, that we need to identify now. Why we need to integrate? Why we need to exchange the data between these applications? That we need to identify now. For example, let's take a small example here. Okay, one customer is applied for credit card. Will you able to provide the credit card immediately to the customer? No. Right. So whenever the customer is applied for the credit card, okay, so as a owner, okay, what you need to do here? You need to, okay, so check about the particular customer here. Where we need to check here? You need to check in the each and every department within the organization level. Each and every business system you need to cross check whether this person is good or bad. Okay, so you need to get the history. It means that you need to communicate with each and every application here. First, you need to get the savings department. You need to communicate the savings department. You need to check about the particular customer. You need to get some information of the particular customer. The similar way, you need to communicate with all the systems within the organization, as well as you need to communicate with all the other, okay, out of organization systems also. You need to get the information of the particular customer. Finally, you need to consolidate, right? Based on your consultation, okay, we'll see that whether the customer is good or bad, whether we can, based on that we can provide, whether we'll decide whether we can provide a loan or, okay, whether we can provide a credit card or not, correct? So it means that always before giving to the corresponding credit card to the particular customer, you need to check, okay, about the customer here. You need to do some inquiry of the particular customer, right? So but directly we cannot communicate with one system to another system within the landscape as well as out of landscape here. Then how we are going to integrate, how we are going to communicate, how we are going to get the information, that we need to identify now, right? So that's what we have, a integration came into the picture. Integration is came into the picture here, right? So now I told you, right, we are going to talk about two technologies here. One is the SAP. Okay, so XIR, PIR, PO, this is the on-premise middleware like this here. See here we can see the integration concept here, right? Again, we can see the second technology, what we are discussing here, SAP HCI or CPI here, cloud platform integration here. See here also we have an integration part here, right? See here always you need to integrate here. Okay, so now, okay, so if you want, okay, put automatic transactions between all these systems here, always integration required here. You need to communicate with the one application to another application. You need to exchange the data between applications here. How we are going to integrate these applications, that we need to identify now. How we are going to communicate, how we are going to exchange the data between these applications within the landscape or out of landscape here. So the solution is, okay, we have two possible solutions available to integrate these applications here. One is the point-to-point integration. That is the olden days people are using point-to-point integration here. Nowadays, all people are using middlewares here. What is the middleware here? So the middleware, this middleware here, it may be, okay, SAP PIR, PO here, or it may be integration. or CPI here, cloud platform integration, right? So now, okay, so we need to enter into the what do you mean by, okay, so PIR, PO, or okay, what do you mean by CPI, how it works, where we are going to use, why we need to use, what capabilities we have, okay, how we are going to integrate, what needs to be done in the each and every technology that we are going to learn going forward. I hope you are clear up to here. Okay, so from next class onwards, we'll enter into our technology. We'll discuss in depth here.
Okay, sir.
Any questions up to here, guys? Anyone? Any questions, please?
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you speak? Tell me about that web page you opened, right?
Which one? Just now.
Yes, that web
Yes.
page.
Yes.
Before that, you're saying something that in chart, right? Can you explain that one?
Which one you are talking? This one?
1 second.
This one?
Yeah, this one only.
See here, we have a predefined integration package available in a SAP CPI for each and everything here to integrate applications, right? No need to define from the scratch that flows, right? We have a ready-made flows available here. Okay. So to communicate these applications here, because always you need to communicate with the SAP on-premise as well as cloud applications, as well as non-SAP on-premise as well as cloud applications here, right? So that ready-made contents available in our CPI. That's what I'm seeing here. Okay, that's what I'm searching here. What integration here? S4 integration, Ariba integration, Concur integration, field glass integration, success factor integration, everything we can see here itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going forward, we can learn more thing about this, right?
Yeah, we'll discuss in depth each of these things. Just okay, just I given these applications, right? So if you want to understand better, just I entered into the corresponding application.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Right. Any other questions, please? Anyone having any questions? But you need to thorough and okay. So from the first class onwards, you need to thorough and I'll send you this recording today. Just you need to go through multiple times.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay.
Thank you guys then. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.